If you're watching the replay, check the timestamps below. As y'all enter, go ahead and hit that like button. Say hello in the comments so I know who all over here. Got another minute and a little bit of change. Go ahead and hit that like button. Unless you a hater, then thumbs down. Got 40 more seconds. Alrighty, what's up, gang? It's your girl Savy from Savvy Sentient, and welcome to today's almost daily reading. Hi, how you doing? If you all are new here, please make sure y'all do the things like the video, subscribe to the channel, and say hello in the comments below. If you're not new, then you're gang, and I already know that you in this thing. Not paying at all. There's a background from Amazon. But yeah, if y'all would like a personal reading, you could book at SavySentient.com. It's the only place that you can book. I will never be in the comments soliciting readings from you all. I will never do that. That's ghetto. Okay? The only way you can book a reading with me is on my website, SavySentient.com. It is in the description box below, okay? If y'all have a scary story, spooky occurrence, spiritual situation that you would like dissected here on the channel for Spooky Saturday, go ahead and send it to my email, which is also in the description box below in the subject line. You're going to put my story, okay? And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right? So let's start with my channeled message. So today's channeled message goes a little something like this. Righteous ones, you are uniting to give birth to a new society. Treat yourselves kindly. Trust your divine energy. Okay? It's really interesting that that was the channeled message because I just woke up from a nap. And the dream that I was having was very much giving trusting my divine energy, okay? So some of you all are probably going to be experiencing very detailed, very directional dreams that feel like they're telling you what to do in your waking life. Please pay attention to those. And please make sure that you all are writing them down, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the astrology real quick, because that's going to also be important. So, we are currently in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. Hi, Kit Kat. We are currently in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. I know that when people in the spiritual community hear that it's Mercury retrograde, everybody goes crazy, everybody gets worried. It's really not something that you should worry about, in my opinion. But it is a time where communication can be skewed. It is a time where travel plans can be up in the air or chaotic or interrupted or whatever the case is. It is a time when technology goes haywire. So, what I will say as it pertains to Mercury retrograde is to slow down, to take your time, and to just try not to rush through anything, because even when it's not Mercury retrograde, rushing is going to always set you back. It always creates opportunity for mishaps, okay? So we're currently in the shadow period. It started on the 7th of November. We're going to be in retrograde until December 15th, okay? And then there's going to be another shadow period following up until January 2nd, okay? Again, this is not a time to worry. This is simply a time to slow down and cross your T's and dot your I's. I do have a Mercury retrograde video on this channel under Savvy Saturdays, on the Savvy Saturday playlist. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the tarot. All right. All right, so tarot. All right. So I feel like I want to use zombies today, but I was also feeling like I wanted to use the Santa Muerte deck. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the zombies. Santa Muerte be giving impending doom vibes sometimes. I'm trying not to encourage the spirits to be in that energy. The last couple of readings have given us enough of that. All right, so what's in the center of this reading, spirit, for my collective? What's in the center of this reading for my collective, spirit? I don't know why I'm hearing Usher right now. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. See her face whenever I look at you. Won't believe all of the things she put me through. I'm reminded when I look at you. In the center of the reading, we have the Justice card and the Knight of Pentacles. So we are slowly but surely moving towards justice. Slowly but surely moving towards balance. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles energy is that slow and steady planning and action being taken. Okay, following our plans. Okay. I ain't gonna speak too much about that, but I'm pretty sure I know what that's all about, and I think that you do too. I'm just trying not to encourage the spirits to talk about political things right now. I'm just trying to get a good, straight message that could resonate for whoever. All right, but I can't help what comes out. What's crossing this energy, spirit? Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is a windfall. This is a bit of good news coming in. This can also represent planting the seed or creating the plan that the Knight of Pentacles is then going to follow. So what this could mean is that, yes, we are on a path towards balance and justice, but Spirit may need for us to create a plan. This could also mean that there will be some type of good news coming in that will then, what I'm getting is catalyze or mobilize us to work on the plan, mobilize us to set the plan in action. That's what I'm getting. The news that we will receive will mobilize us to set a plan in action. Okay? Hi, Raylan. That is a pretty name. All right. Let's see what the future possibility is. You remind me of a... Why is that the song in my head? Why am I getting that song? You remind me of a girl that I once knew. The future possibility is rest. But this is rest after a period of war. This is rest after a period of turbulence. Okay? In this specific deck, the soldier is actually replaying the events of the war in his head, in his dreams, in his, recall. So that's a future possibility. We're definitely going to clarify what that's all about. What's the root of this reading, Spirit? What's at the root of this situation? We have the Moon and the Six of Pentacles. So at the root of this are things being done quietly and silently, work being done quietly and silently, while the Six of Pentacles, especially in this deck, can represent like this breadcrumb energy, because as y'all can see, he has this little meat on the fishing pole and he's getting the zombie to do his work for him. I feel like it's more so that the work that needs to be done by us, but the meat on the fishing pole is our future potential, the future possibility, this new society that Spirit is speaking of that we're going after. And I feel like it gives me an energy of like rallying the troops quietly, rallying the troops silently. That there's action that has to be taken place, but it has to be done so silently. Our plans, our ideas cannot be spoken of publicly or in wide forums. And it's just the energy of real G's moving in silence, All right, so at the root of this is us getting some shit done behind the scenes. Focus on the future society that Spirit is speaking of. What is the recent past or the past energy here for my collective? Conflict, war, fighting with the Five of Wands. Now, Five of Wands, though, is a lower arcana. So this is petty bickering, arguing, fighting, clashing. This typically represents people from different walks of life coming together to argue and bicker. All right? I think y'all know exactly what this is about. In spite of me trying to avoid this being the message. But like I said, I can't control what Spirit got to say. I just got to deliver the message. What's the future possibility or the expected possibility? So the future possibility is that we will have rest after a period of war. The expected future is that new beginning, Ace of Pentacles, that new society that Spirit is talking about. Look, I'm going to have to just stop trying to resist speaking what Spirit wanted me to speak, because I'm not going to lie to y'all. I've been really conflicted with like the last couple of readings, because I know that we're all experiencing the same thing. Okay. If you are American, you are experiencing the same thing. If you're not, you all are watching the train wreck probably on your local news. Like, what the hell do America got going on? So I've been trying to avoid. I didn't even go live yesterday. But I've been trying to avoid getting these political messages. But what tarot does is it picks up the most prevalent energies around the subject, which would be you, which would be me. In this case, it's the collective. If I was doing a Gemini reading, the subject would be the Geminis. But this is a collective reading. So the most prevalent energy surrounding the collective is what is happening in the world politically. So if this is something that y'all just can't rock with or deal with, I understand. Hold your heads. Take care of yourselves. But these are the messages. And these are the messages that I got to deliver because that's what Spirit is speaking. Okay? So I try not to make it too heavy for y'all. But I can't not deliver the messages because then I would be in violation of my own purpose. Okay? So if y'all fuck with the kid, stay tuned. Hit that like, subscribe. If y'all can't do it, I understand. And it's fine. Okay? But the message got to be what the message got to be. All right, so let's break down the situation before we get into the energy of the collective. All right, so in the recent past, we have obviously been seeing a lot of conflict amongst different parties, different racial groups, different genders. There's just been a lot of conflict. Let's clarify that, though. Let's clarify that for my collective. What is this? Five of Wands. Page of Wands. Page of Wands energy can be like hot and cold. And it can also be very, I see a shiny toy. This is my toy. Oh, look, another shiny toy. Now that's my kind of toy, my toy. And that's kind of what the energy of this Five of Wands gives too. Because y'all are fighting over this man's leg. Zombie friends. Like, he don't got other limbs. Like, y'all fighting over something so minuscule. Like, it's not a whole dude right here that y'all could be eating. Alright? And then with the Page of Wands. This is exploration. This is discovery. Oh, we have been seeing the FAFO happening around ever since the election. So people are discovering quite a bit. They fucked around and they're finding out quite a bit. So there's a lot of childish energy, a lot of bickering. Not to say that what they're fighting about is childish, because at the core of it, we're talking about morality. But people are being childish in the way that they're handling it. Since the Five of Wands and the Page of Wands are both lower arcanas, I do feel like this is something that is going to subside soon. But I also feel like it's only going to subside once people start to see how big the bigger issues truly are. Tell me a little bit more about that, and let's get into the next, clarify the next energy. Yeah. They're quickly going to discover something else with the Eight of Wands. This is communication. This is forward movement, rapid growth, and travel. This is communication through the airwaves. Text messages, emails, things like that. And this is Sagittarius energy. We are going into the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, okay? So there may be a lot, and I felt this too. I'm so glad this came up. Okay, so typically with Mercury retrograde, like I was saying before, people feel like there's a lot of miscommunication. Sorry, y'all. A lot of miscommunication and setbacks and things like that. But for whatever reason, with this Mercury retrograde being in Sagittarius, I kind of feel that this is a Mercury retrograde that's going to work in the favor of the collective. Okay? So Sagittarian energy is ruled by Jupiter, and this energy is very lucky. This energy is good fortune. This is the energy that represents the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot. So with the Mercury retrograde happening in Sagittarius, I really feel like it's going to be working in the favor of the collective. And I feel like the mishaps, the delays, the interruptions, whatever the case is, it's going to be on the behalf of the people who are trying to suppress us, who are trying to turn this country into a dictatorship. And we're already starting to see that. If you all have been paying attention to the news, your boy has chosen his cabinet, and already 2 of his cabinet members are being scrutinized and will probably not make it into his cabinet because they have, can I say this without getting demonetized? And just say it. Law and Order SVU type situations, okay? Dum dum, okay? They got that dum dum on them, dum dum. Especially heinous. You know what I'm saying? Y'all catch me? All right. So we're already seeing the shadow period energy in Sagittarius kind of work in our favor and kind of prevent things from going down the way that people would have them go down. So let's see what the future possibility is here with the 4 of Swords. We will have a period of rest, but it does feel like there is going to be some type of war upheaval that happens. Emperor. Order is being made out of the chaos? Tell me more about that. What is this? War, conquest, victory, strife. Divine masculine. Let me find out. The divine masculine is going to intervene with this some kind of way. I don't know why that's giving me Biden vibes. Biden, you going to intervene some kind of way? You better. You got time, my boy. Clarify. Queen of Wands with the 4 of Cups. Y'all. Okay. I feel like, now this has been a possibility. This is something that's been thrown around. But this could be Kamala, Queen of Wands, and then the 4 of Cups. There's been something thrown around lately in the news, this idea that Biden could actually step down and make Kamala the president in the interim until January 20th. And what this would do is give her, you know, the power of the president for that time period. So there's no telling what kind of things she could make shake in that time. But also it disrupts all of your boy's merchandising, everything that has 47 on it, because he would no longer be that. He would be 48. But also, like any t-shirts, hats, you know, all that kind of stuff, he would have to get them reprinted, redone. It would cost him a lot of money. But there's just a lot that could possibly be done in this small time period if he does that. And with the 4 of Cups energy, what I'm feeling is that he would be giving people what they don't want. The 4 of Cups is the energy of being handed something that you're not interested in, which, as we saw with the events of the election, that a lot of people were not interested in seeing a black woman in power. They were not interested in seeing a woman in power. Even outside of the fact that there was a lot of tampering and voter suppression happening, there were still a lot of people who voted for a rapist over an educated black woman with ideas and who was trying to make things better, at least. So I kind of feel like the future possibility with these cards that are coming out is that we could like rest easy, because something is going to transpire with this presidency, the current administration. I think he's going to do something That's crazy. I didn't expect to see that in the reading. I've been really aware of that possibility, but I didn't think that was going to come up. So, I mean, that's a possibility, but let's see what the expected future is. We do have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is that new society that Spirit was talking about. Tell me about that Ace of Pentacles. All right, so with the new society, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. And this represents problems, insecurity, failure, slothfulness, dullness of mind, and instability. The new society may not be stable. So I think that's why plans have to be set in place. We have to work slowly and steadily. This is Pentacles energy. I feel like initially it's not going to be stable. But we do have the Temperance energy. And the message of the Temperance energy says, seek balance and create a calm atmosphere. So we have to be moderate. We have to use alchemy. We have to turn an unstable environment into something more stable. This is, again, Sagittarian energy. So I do feel like we're going to be so heavily supported by Jupiter and by Sagittarian energy, in spite of the fact that we're going to be experiencing this retrograde in Sagittarius. Okay. So maybe that's where the instability comes from, because it's a retrograde. But I do feel like we're still going to be supported by the divine. We just need to trust our divine wisdom, our divine guidance. I just want to get a little bit more on that. One more card, please. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, we're going to be taken care of. Everything's going to be all right. We just have to nurture this new society, this new beginning that we're going to have. Because initially, like most things, it's not going to just be... I'm getting that it's not just going to start off as being abundant. It's not going to just start off as, you know, just cooking with gas. There's going to be bumps along the road. There's going to be... We may have to restart and restart and restart certain aspects. But with some nurturing, we're gonna be all. We gonna be all right. As much as I heard, we gonna be all right. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gonna be all right. All right. Tell me about the energy of the collective. What is the status, current status of the collective? King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Look, we gonna be all right. All right. So the King of Pentacles energy is extremely stable, reliable, honest, trustworthy, very business savvy, very smart with money. And then the Ten of Cups is that happily ever after energy. All right. So that's going to be our status, or that is our status: comfort, happiness, and stability. What is in the surroundings of my collective? Three of Pentacles, teamwork, coming together to work together with common goals, with common dreams, with common aspirations. All right. If you all like the way your life is now, if you are comfortable as the current energy states, then the only way that we're going to maintain a sense of normality, is what I'm feeling with that, is to work together, as the channel message says. All this division is not going to serve us well. In fact, that may be why the energy of the expected future was so unstable, because we are still trying to get past the division. All right. Tell me about the mind and the emotions of my collective. Page of Wands again. So what's in the mind and the emotions is exploration, new ideas, confidence. I said the confidence of a child. The Page of Wands can also be a bit of a dreamer, okay? Fire energy. So this could be being fired up about the possibility of a new society and being very excited to explore the ideas that either yourself or others have about what our future could really look like. So there may be some excitement in your mind and your emotions about the future. Tell me about the outcome here, Spirit. What is the outcome here? Five of Swords. Winning at any cost. Knight of Cups. Four of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So the Five of Swords and the Knight of Cups. I want to clarify the Knight of Cups. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups. All right, so I was kind of feeling that the Nine of Cups was the energy of the person heading for the White House. And when the Knight of Cups comes in, this is a playboy kind of energy. This is an energy of, doing or saying anything to get the love and the affection of the target, i.e. you and me. But this comes out with the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords energy is winning at any cost. This is manipulation. This is saying what you need to say, doing what you need to do to get the love and the adoration of the target. And I feel like with that being the outcome, being clarified by the Hermit, there's definitely a need for us to, again, trust what Spirit said and trust our divinity. Some people have been extremely fooled by this person and the lies, the deceits, and the promises made by this person, and that's how he got into the position that he is in now. And so the Hermit card is asking us to do some introspection, do some soul searching, look to your inner self to decipher whether or not what you are hearing, what you're seeing is true. And if it isn't true, what is the truth? Okay, this is looking within yourself for divine inspiration, which is what the channel message was speaking of. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. This is holding back. I do feel like as we move forward, we may need to be very resourceful. We may need to hold on to our coins. We may need to prepare as far as like food, water, things like that. And just be extremely intelligent in the way that we're going to handle our resources. Just because based on what I've seen in Project 2025 and based on what he can actually get passed from that document, our food could be in jeopardy, our school systems can be in jeopardy, books, education, like that is in jeopardy. A lot of things could be jeopardized. So it's time for us to be very resourceful with what we do have, and also to make sure to collect other resources. All right, so current status, King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. We have to be very smart if we enjoy the comforts of our lives, and how we handle the things that make us comfortable in our surroundings. We do have the Three of Pentacles, collaboration and teamwork. Clarify that, please, Spirit. I love it. Collaboration and teamwork is the only way that we get to the Ten of Cups, or the only way that we maintain the Ten of Cups. The world that we currently live in is not perfect, but it is better than what people are projecting for the future. Okay, so if we would like to maintain a sense of normalcy, we have to work together. Page of Wands energy is in the mind and the emotions. And tell me a little bit more about that. What are we being inspired by? The Empress. The Empress. The Empress is fertility. It is growth. So we do have this excitement and this inspiration to discover what the future could possibly be. And the ideas that we are having do pertain to our growth, to our fertility. We will be happy with the results of our actions if we do come together and we create this new society that Spirit is speaking of for ourselves. The bottom of the deck is the Star card. Yeah, so we could definitely make this come true. This is destiny. This is opportunity. This is renewal and faith, healing and unexpected help. So what I feel is that the unexpected help is that we finally get our shit together and come together as a community, as a worldwide family. And I know that it may sound very utopian, and I know that it may sound very fairy tale, but I've been saying in the past few readings that I feel like things have happened the way that they were supposed to, because had he not won this election, we would not have waken up as a collective to see just how screwed up the world really is, and to see just how much feminine energy is disrespected and hated in this world, and how unprotected feminine energy is. So now that we've had this awakening, it's our time to come together to realize that we need each other. We can't be fighting each other. And if there are people who decide that they don't want to be a part of this new society, if they don't want to move forward and let go of old ways, and if they don't want to, make things better for everyone, then we can leave them where they are. And they can struggle alone, okay? I don't know why, but it's given like Walking Dead vibes. If y'all watch The Walking Dead or those kind of shows, it's given really very much that. Like, we're the ones that live. Like, we're the ones that live. It was the communities coming together that helped them survive and helped them thrive even after, a whole ass zombie apocalypse. Even during, I should say, not even after, but during a whole ass zombie apocalypse. Even through the uprising of a whole ass dictator like Negan, they still thrived. They still survived. And it was because they came together. Like, they did this shit together. Not to be on no High School Musical shit, but literally we're all in this together. All right, so let's get some Moonology messages. Moonology. What messages do we have for the collective? Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. All right, so the new moons are times for initiation and setting intentions. Scorpio energy is the energy of taboos. It is the energy of like shadows, darkness, sexuality, magic, occult. Working through your fears, things that are hidden beneath the surface. I just heard that some of you all don't feel like you can be the hero. You've never been the hero. You've always needed a hero. And so you may not feel capable of taking a stance. But sometimes taking a stand doesn't necessarily mean being on the front lines and ready for war. It's about going against what you've normally done. If you've been passive, if you've been the type of person who felt, it doesn't concern you, so it's not your problem, now is the time to get concerned. And even that is taking a stand. Even that is doing things different than you've always done, okay? So it's a time to stand up for justice, for what's right. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Yeah, you have to communicate with your community. All right, so now is the time for us to communicate with one another positively, effectively, discuss what we all need, what we all want, what we see as the vision for the future. And then the last card is a fiery climax approaches, but do understand that nothing is going to come to us easy. Full moon in Aries, there will be some type of fight. There will be some type of conflict to bring about this new society that the spirit speaks of. Bottom of the deck, though, is don't let your past hold you back. So that even goes back to this energy where you're working through your fears. I'm hearing hero. I need a hero. I need a hero. And some of you all just don't feel very heroic. Some of you all have always been the underdog. Some of you all have a fear of conflict. You don't like conflict. But you just have to understand that there are different ways to be of service. There are different ways to be helpful. There are different ways to infuse your energy into this new society, into this new world that is being forged through this conflict. Right under the don't let your past hold you back card, we have the have faith in your dreams card. So this is definitely a possibility. Creating a better world for everyone, a better country for everyone, is definitely a possibility, but you just can't let your south node, your fear, your past hold you back. And before I put down the Moonology deck, the card that sits on top says, nothing yet is set in stone. That is the mutable moon card, and I feel like that's just a little nod to the fact that the boy ain't been inaugurated yet. There's definitely time for things to change. He is, unfortunately, a fellow Gemini, and Gemini energy is mutable. The message of that card says, if you don't like the way things are, you can still change it because nothing is set in stone. All right? So let's move forward to the crystal spirits. I might even be in the mood to do some song messages today. I don't know. It's not, this message is not too bad. Wow. That is a lot of cards. I don't want to take them all. We got 3 of them. But we do have this Sespartine Garnet and the Orange Sapphire. So these energies represent the sacral chakra. And that is the energy of creation. Okay, orange. And then we also have Obsidian, which is root chakra and protection. So being grounded as we create may be important. Okay, I opened the page straight to the Orange Sapphire by accident. So I guess that's the card we'll start with. This is joy and sensuality, respecting your body and body love. Just as healing crystals are of the earth, yet separate from it, we are a part of Gaia, and the same water, minerals, and crystals are found within us as well as in the earth. Sometimes we feel completely in our heads and out of touch with our bodies. But Orange Sapphire Spirit is here to remind us that our bodies will serve us through our lifetime. So treat yours lovingly. Nourish it with good foods from the earth and water that will replenish you. Wonder at your body's beauty and strength. Marvel at its ability to keep your heart beating and your lungs inhaling and exhaling without your conscious effort. Regardless of the flaws you think your body has, now is the time to pay attention to it and tend to it with love. The message of Orange Sapphire Spirit is to honor your body's experience. Honor your body and experience its miracles. The senses that distinguish so many different scents, sounds, textures, and colors. Be fully present in your body today and observe what you experience and what your body has to tell you. Care for it and express gratitude for it. For it's through your body's senses that you can experience pleasure. I don't know about y'all, but I've been feeling like eating plant-based and drinking a lot of water lately. So I definitely have to get to the grocery store because I don't have that kind of stuff on deck right now. But my body has been craving plants and water. I drink water all the time, but specifically plant-based food. Sespartine Garnet. The essential meaning is charm and charisma, shining and sparkling, being a brilliant beacon of confidence that inspires others. So with this energy, I'm feeling like some of you all may not feel heroic, may not feel like you have leadership abilities, but maybe you do. But for others of you, you definitely know that you have spark, you have charisma, you have all of these things, and that you are a leader. Your gift or your assignment in the creation of this new society is going to be to use that energy to inspire others to join the cause, to create the new society, to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Your charisma is going to be the biggest gift that you can contribute as we try to form a better society for the good of all. Okay? And the last one is going to be obsidian. I think I passed it. There we go. And then that just goes back to the hermit energy. So obsidian, number 39, reduces down to 12, reduces down to 3, collaboration and teamwork. Observing the self-reflection, and know thyself. Oh, excuse me. Got a little yawn. When you look in the mirror, who looks back at you? How do you view yourself? Do you look into your own eyes and see someone willing to acknowledge the past and learn from it? Ooh, didn't your moonology say, don't let your past hold you back? Now it's time for you to look into your eyes and learn from your past. Do you see someone willing to step into a new identity? Or one suited to the life that you want for yourself? All of us are ever changing and a mix of past, present, and hopes of the future. The challenge is to trust that the you that you are becoming will be loved, cherished, and supported, even if you are just still exploring your potential, still unfamiliar with new territory that you have entered. As you ponder what you wish to change, love the one you're with, you. Love yourself in all your complexity, knowing that whatever strengths you need are present, and Obsidian Spirit is here to amplify them through the power of self-awareness. Just as in observing a particle wave, the observer can change its form, so too in observing yourself can you begin the process of personal transformation. You are going to love the you that you are becoming. So I definitely feel like, while I do feel like some of you all who I'm speaking to already have that, can-do spirit, you already have that leadership ability, I feel like this situation for some of you is very transformative as we sit here in Scorpio season. Because you may have been the wallflowers. You may have been the ones who sat quietly. You may have been the ones who were bullied. You may have been the ones who didn't think very highly of yourself. And maybe you still have those, I want to say like traces of that energy in your shadow somewhere, even as an adult. You may still have that timid energy hidden somewhere in your shadow. You may still have the fears of standing up, of standing up to the bully. And I feel like what's happening here is transformative for you all, because this is your opportunity to stand up to the bully. This is your opportunity to say, I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not going to just let my life be dictated by someone external to me as if it is not my own. I'm not doing this anymore. So now it is time for you to do some introspection and stand up for yourself and to stand up for others as we move into this new season of Earth 2025. All right. So I do feel like I'm speaking to two collectives, a collective who's already about that life and a collective who may not have always been about that life, but you're starting to feel more and more about that life, and you're starting to feel more and more like this is your time to stand up. So just know that as you stand up, you will be supported by others who are standing. There will be others who can pull you up to help you stand up and who will stand beside you. Okay? The only way that we have equality, the only way that we have autonomy moving into our next season, the only way that we still have some ability to self-govern in even our day-to-day life is if we all stand up together. Okay? So, where are we going next? I feel like I'm going to pull a African Goddess Rising. Oh, I see the rebels over there. We definitely should pull some rebel messages. Which African goddess would like to speak to my collective? And then I'll do one witching hour, and then we'll pull some rebel. Giving and receiving. Ma'at, number 10. Love to see it. So, the African goddess that would like to speak to us comes from the Temple of Conjurers. The goddess of giving and receiving. That's that 6 of Pentacles energy. Okay? She's from the element of air. Goddess Ma'at represents alignment, truth, and balance. Her name means order. As her father, Egyptian sun god Ra, rose out of chaos and put her in charge of divine justice. And it's coming because Saturn has been out of retrograde for 3 days, and we're already seeing the effects of that, honey. All right, Ma'at's guidance says, reset your harmonic balance. Reset your harmonic balance. You are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and out of alignment. If you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment. Giving and receiving is spiritual law and spell work. Give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. If you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. Receiving compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendship, money, and love. They are all the same to spirit. Goddess declaration, I give easily and freely. I receive easily and freely. All right. Hey, baby love. All right. So in this new season of Earth 2025, this is the energy that we need to all be in. Giving and receiving equally. Giving and receiving equally. All right. I've had dreams about this new, come on Libra, this new world that we're stepping into, as well as someone else who is very spiritual has also like astro traveled to this place, and it is very utopian. And it is a place where like we don't even have money anymore. Everything in this world is green. is lush. There's like beautiful houses everywhere. The way that we receive our food is through like bartering services. Okay, like you grow peaches, I grow plums, let's switch. Like that's literally how I saw this. And this was like years ago, like 4 years ago. And it feels like that's what's trying to happen. But we all have to be on the same page. Now, maybe it won't be that simplistic. Maybe it will. I don't know. But if we want to have a more balanced world where we are not governed by greed and by power hungry individuals, we all have to stand together as the majority to outlaw that kind of governing. Like, we are humans. We came into this world to learn lessons and all that jazz. Y'all remember not remembering to sign that soul contract that we allegedly signed. But outside of that, we were all supposed to come here to have this human experience and learn love. Love is the ultimate teacher. This is a message given to me directly from the divine. I was not always a lovey-dovey ass bitch. But that is a message that was given to me by the divine, that love is the ultimate teacher. And that's what's going to bring us into this new way of living. We have to learn to love and respect one another. That's the only way. Now, don't get it twisted. I know some of y'all are new here. I'm not a love and lighter. I do believe in reciprocity. I do believe in fighting fire with fire. I do believe in dark work when it is necessary. So don't get it twisted. I'm not just saying we're gonna Care Bear stare the powers that be and throw love bombs on them and, Care Bear powder, whatever that shit is that shoots from their little Care Bear stomachs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if we want to have a better world, this is how we have to treat each other. But we cannot be afraid to stand up against oppression. We cannot Care Bear stare oppression. Sometimes we're gonna have to fight that shit with fire. But at the core of it, what's going to motivate us is love. Love for ourselves and love for one another. Love for our future, for our children. We don't want to be birthing children into a war zone, and we don't want to not be birthing children because we're afraid that they're not going to survive or that they're going to grow up jaded. If we stop producing, we stop humanity. So the answer cannot be, let's just stop having kids. That can't be the answer. The answer has to be create an environment that is conducive to all life. To children, to animals, to us as the adults, to all life. Okay? We don't render the evil for evil. Vengeance is mine, saith Yahweh. As far as that's concerned, believe what you want to believe. But any power, any gifts that we have are coming from the divine, are coming from source energy. By that line of thinking, by the Christian way of thinking, we are made in his image, correct? So we are made divinely. So we are made with these gifts and these abilities. And we can use them to do what we need to do to make a more perfect world. Sometimes we have to be the karma. That is the energy of Ma'at. Reciprocity means doing unto others So if we are attacked, if we are being oppressed, we don't turn the other cheek. We don't uh, try to love them into not oppressing us. It's the love that we have for ourselves that forces us to fight our way out of oppression, to subdue the oppressors. It is the love of the divine that empowers us to overcome the oppression in whatever way we need to. But it is love that motivates us. It is love that will motivate us to do what we have to do to protect us all. Okay? So, Witching Hour Oracle. This deck is especially for all my witchy bitches. Which oracle would like to speak to my collective? Witching herbs. Like, this just keeps coming out. For like 3 readings in a row, I want to say. The last 3 readings. The witching herbs have been coming out. Now, this is the 3rd time I'm going to pull this book out. If you all, we don't know what resources will be available to us under this new government. Okay? We don't know. We don't know how it will affect not just the U.S., but everyone else, if we're supposed to be the leaders of the free world. But what I will say is, learn your herbs. There's a lot of literature out here in the world, Working the Roots. There are other ones on Amazon as well, probably in your local bookstore as well, that have several herbs, their medicinal uses, their magical uses, just their general uses as far as, for example, y'all heard me earlier today, mullein makes a great tea. It's a great expectorant. I've been using it ever since I found that out. So we do need to be studying our herbs. We need to be getting with our local herbologists. We need to really kind of start directing our attention back to a holistic life. Not because I'm trying to force you all into vegan life or anything like that. I'm not even a vegan. I'm not saying anything like that. But what I'm saying is, we don't know what our resources are going to look like moving forward. If y'all have been paying attention, Elon Musk has bought up a lot of farmland prior to all of this, like a couple years ago. And in Project 2025, there is a section that specifically targets farmers. And I think there's like a higher tax on them. There's like certain regulations that are very strict that they're going to have on them. And it's just, what it gives is suppressing farmers so that Elon's little funky ass farm could be the main provider of food to the U.S. And then with these tariffs being in place, the price of importing like bananas, limes, like shit that we get from other countries are going to be sky high, which is going to make any produce that we receive from them sky high as well, less affordable for the people here. So what it's giving is, we need to figure out how to be growing food ourselves. We need to be figuring out how to forage. We need to be figuring out what herbs are around us locally that can benefit us, that can help us live and thrive. Because it's giving that they're trying to control the food that even makes it into our house. He was even talking about getting rid of the FDA or making like the restrictions that the FDA puts on food more lenient. Like, if y'all don't know about Project 2025, please look into it. There's several videos here on YouTube that speak about it. And it's not cute. It's not cute at all. So what I'm saying is we just need to be prepared. We need to be prepared. We need to be prepared. We need to be prepared in all ways. Yeah, junk food is going to be cheap as it's always been, but it's probably going to have more bullshit in it than it's ever had that will destroy our health quicker than it already is. Because there's going to be no restrictions on the FDA. So we need to get our witching herbs together. Like, this card keeps coming out, and it just makes me feel like this is so important. Like, this just keeps coming. I can't, y'all, like the last 3-4 readings, the readings that I've been trying to avoid doing because we keep ending up talking about politics. But it ain't even about politics. It's bigger than politics. This is about our life, y'all. Do y'all get that? Like, this is about our life. This is about them wanting to control us in every aspect of our life. Every single thing that we do. So much so that he's even talking about turning the military into a domestic, like, police force. Like, turning the military on us, on the civilians. As if we don't already have lawless police. Which, by the way, he's going to give them full immunity for any crimes that they commit. These are the things that he's trying to do, y'all. So, it's bigger than politics. It's bigger than I'm a Democrat and you're a Republican. It's bigger than that. And these arguments on TikTok or whatever, this bullshit fuck around and find out movement that these YT Confederate daughters on TikTok are over there doing, trying to show off their Pum casings as if they had the last Pum made. Like, it's really ridiculous. It's stupid. It's divisive. And what we are dealing with is so much bigger than that. The person that they chose to run this country is a tyrant, a rapist, a racist. He wants to be a dictator. And he's trying to control every single aspect of our life, from what we eat, to what we teach our children, to who we love, to who we marry, to how we even receive health care. Like, or if we receive it at all. Like, if y'all don't like micromanagers at your job, you're going to really hate this bullshit. Hey, Didi, you're really going to hate this bullshit. Because that's exactly what it is. It's some bullshit. But with all that being said, I fully feel that Kamala losing the election was a divinely guided situation. I don't know if y'all seen the community tab yet, but I posted on the community tab about her. Her name, Kamala Devi is her name. Kamala Devi Harris, which means lotus goddess. And I just realized today that if we switch the I, if we switch the la with the ma, it's Kalima or Kalama. And if we change the A to I, it's Kalima, like the goddess Kalima. Which, if y'all don't know about Kalima, she is one of the Dark Mothers. And she essentially causes change. She causes shift through disruption. Through disruption. So, okay, so it says Kali Ma, also known as the Divine Mother, represents Kali in her role as Mother Nature. She is the mother who will do terrible things to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Okay, so I'm hoping that Lotus Goddess also has this dark side of Kali Ma within her. And she is willing to do the dark things to protect those who can't protect herself. I'm hoping that she is working in silence, which is the energy that we had here at the root of the reading, the moon and the Six of Pentacles, to make some things shake, even if we can't prevent him from being inaugurated. But hopefully a lot of people in the government are doing all that they can do to prevent this from being just a straight out dictatorship. Okay, because that is definitely the direction that this is going in. But I just thought that was really interesting that that's what her name translated to, and that her name could very easily, with only the change of a letter, be Kali Ma as well. I don't know. I'll be thinking. I'm tapped in. I don't know if y'all be thinking like how I'm thinking, but I'll be on it. But yeah, back to the reading. Get y'all herbs together. Take care of yourselves. Try to learn as much as you can about the herbs that are around you in your house, like around your house or in your yard, at your local, river, wherever there are bodies of water. There's usually tons of wild plants that may have medicinal value as well. Dandelions, for example, grow right in your yard. We call them weeds. They're not. They actually are very beneficial for you health-wise. They make a great tea. I think you can make coffee out of the roots. Like, we need to be learning this kind of stuff because we may be relying on that for sustenance. Who knows? I hope that it doesn't get that bad, but we need to be prepared. So let's get some rebel messages. I don't want this to be all doom and gloom, but a lot of people I feel are being very head in the clouds, super optimistic, and acting like if they just ignore it, it'll get better. And that's not how shit works. All right, so your first rebel message says, get the fuck outside and move your ass. Your body is pissed at you, y'all. I've also been getting that message. We need to be working on our fitness. We need to be getting some movement going on as well. So eating better, exercising more is definitely going to be something that's necessary for this new season of Earth 2025. Look at that. Money. Make it rain. This is a time of investment in yourself, investment in your community, investment in your home, perhaps, in your business. In order to create some type of financial stability for yourself. And what is the last rebel message? It also could be the energy of just saving money for Pentacles energy. Stocking up, making sure that you have resources, saving your resources. We have the Chariot underneath that Four of Pentacles. So we're moving forward with will, drive, and determination with the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarian energy. So I do want to say I don't think it's going to be as bad as it may be coming off. But again, I just want to emphasize the need for preparation. All right, better safe than sorry. You got a feeling that you just can't shake. That little voice inside of you, listen to that shit. A lot of people have been saying since the election that something don't feel right, that something feels off, that something is awry, like something ain't right. Trust that. People have also been saying they feel like Kamala is doing something. She's working on something behind the scenes. I feel like we can trust that. I also feel like we may be feeling that there's something that we should be doing. Trust that. The card on the top of the deck says, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done. So if you're feeling like there's something that you should be doing, something you should be making shake in preparation for this next season of Earth 2025, do that shit. Trust that shit. Your intuition is your divine guidance. Believe in it. Trust in it. Do what it's telling you to do. Okay? So let's get your advice. What is the advice for the collective? I don't know why I keep getting Usher songs, but I got, you remind me of a girl that I once knew in the beginning of this reading. Now I'm getting You Don't Have to Call. It's okay, girl, 'cause I'm gonna be alright tonight. You don't have to call. So maybe that's for you. I don't do personal readings in the live. You can book online at SavyCynthia.com, but maybe that's a message for you. Okay. Ooh. 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 The Tower and the Chariot came right on out. What I'm getting as advice for the Tower and the Chariot is that we need to disrupt the way that things are, the current systems, the way that the world is built right now, the establishments, the foundation rather that it is built on, has to be destroyed. We need to break shit down to the foundation, and we need to start anew. With the Chariot energy, that's Cancer energy, 4th house energy, will drive determination, as I stated with the other Chariot that is also present here. It just gives the energy of forging a new world, especially with the Daughter of Pentacles here. We need to come up with a plan, and we need to fight for, defend, and protect that plan. Underneath that, we have the Two of Swords. We are at a crossroad as we sit and wait for this bullshit inauguration to take place, hoping that something will shake. But we have the Judgment card and the 6 of Sticks underneath that. There's going to be a judgment that is going to be victorious, successful, and very public, taking place. And it just feels like all of this is happening to just show the world how messed up things are, to just show everyone. I don't even think this is just about America, but just to show everyone that, what is that? That we can't persist this way. I don't know if it was Lady Gaga, but I'm getting like, I can't go on like this. I can't go on like this. I think it was like a Lady Gaga video. But basically, the world cannot go on like this. The way that we are currently going about things, this cannot persist. It is so unbalanced. It is so unequal. It's so chaotic. There's so much disunity. And if we have any chance of survival without killing each other, we have to unite. We cannot go on like this. I'm thirsty as fuck. Like, anybody else like dehydrated, super thirsty? All right, what is the postcard from Spirit? Let's hear it. All right, the postcard from Spirit says, Dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts that are powerful and they need minding. Okay, thoughts are powerful and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear, and often masquerade as truth. Yet the real truth is, essentially, all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, and organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. And these are the ones that you want to keep thinking. And they have a less frantic quality. They are stimulating in a good way, and they don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and choose the thoughts that you want the world to reflect back to you. Life is not as hard as you think. So, in reference to all that is going on, I spoke about Project 2025 earlier and how there's a lot of messed up things in there. What this card is giving is we're not going to focus on the negative that is presented in that. We're not going to focus on the negative that could come out. We want to focus on the positive, organized, creative, and open thoughts. So creating what we can do to create a better future for ourselves, to create this new world, this new society that Spirit was speaking of. Those are what we want to focus on. It's not saying disregard all of the things that are a possibility, but it is saying what you feed is what grows. So if we spend our energy and our time on creation of this new world, of this new society, of making things better, of pushing towards unity, then that's what we're going to create. If we focus on these fearful energies, then that's what we're going to create. So with this sacral energy, this energy of creation with Sespartane Garnet and the orange sapphire that came out with the crystal spirits, we are in the energy of creation. Queen of Wands came out as well. We are in the energy of creation. Empress energy came out as well. We are in the energy of creation. And what we focus on is what we're going to create. So let's focus on a better world moving forward. And that's what we're going to create. Okay? So I'm going to do some song oracles because I haven't in a while. Because who was in the mood for that shenanigan? But I'm in the mood today. So I'll do 3 song oracles for you. And then we're going to wrap it up. All right. What are the 3 song oracles that resonate for my collective in this reading today? I'm interested to see how these songs are going to resonate with a reading like this. But we going to see. All right, Spirit. What songs do we got for my collective today? Far Away by Kendrick and the Family Soul. I wanna go to a place where lovers go, do the things that lovers do, no stress, a sweet caress from me to you. Far away from here, far away from here, far away from here. Let's hop in the taxi cab, pack a bag and get away fast. Period. I mean, that resonates because who wants to deal with the shenanigans? Who wants to deal with the chaos? Perhaps the world that we want to create for ourselves may be far away from here, but it's going to be one that is filled with love. It's going to be a place for love. There will be no stress. Only sweet caresses. All right, so let's see what the next message is for my collective spirit. What is the next message for this reading? Thinking about you, Frank Ocean. Got a beach house I could sell you in Idaho. Thinking about you, no, no, no. Thinking about you, no. Thinking about you, do you think about me still? Do you, or do you not think so far ahead? Okay, so what I'm getting at with that one is obviously there's a love message there. Some of you all may be thinking about a love interest in all of this chaos, in all of the uncertainty. Um, Maybe that love interest is someone who's far away from here, like far away from you. And you would just like to come together with them to navigate the chaos together. But also, the part where Frank Ocean says, do you not think so far ahead because I've been thinking about forever? Some of you all may be feeling or thinking very much about like what the future holds, what the future looks like. You all are thinking so far ahead. And that may be what is motivating a lot of you to make something shake, to make some type of change happen, to, you know, move forward in creating this community for a better society. So some of you all really are thinking very future focused at this time. All right, and what is the last song, Spirit, for this collective, for this reading? Ring the Alarm by Beyonce. Ring the Alarm. I'm not taking this as the channel messages. I've been through this long, and I'd be damned if I see another chick on your arm, but that's not the message. I'm getting just this energy of making noise, of ringing the alarm, sounding the alarm as it's like spreading the message. Some of you all, like I said, are motivated by love, and the love of your families, the love of your lives, your counterparts, and like the world that you foresee, that we're all foreseeing as a possibility. It's not a world that you want to raise your children in. It's not a world that you want to be in love with someone in. It's a world that makes the future look not so bright. So this is your energy of sounding the alarm. We have to do something. We have to make something shake. This card, You by Jesse Powell, rest in peace. Next year, let's call this day our anniversary, the day I put my heart in your hands and said that it was yours to keep. All right. I'm getting the energy of a year from now, things will have changed. Things will not be how they are now, but I feel like it's going to be for the best. And now I'm hearing Taylor Swift. This is for the best. My reputation's never been worse. Yeah. I'm not a Swiftie, but that song do kind of go off a little bit, whatever. But yeah. But it's going to come down to you, Jesse Powell. Baby, it's you. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you sleep softly through the night. It's you who has to ring the alarm. It's you who has to make the change. There is a characteristic, there is a gift, a talent that you have that contributes positively to the collective. There is something very special about you that is going to contribute to this new world, this new society that is forming, okay? If we don't want to be in some post-apocalyptic war scene this time next year, then we have to be the change. And that's what it comes down to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and head out. Until the very next time I read for you all, I'm wishing you all love and light. Go get right. And I'll see y'all in the next reading. Personal readings can be booked on my website. Later.